Flosstube, and welcome to my channel, Creative Country Girl. My name is Tammy Blaylock, and I am the Creative Country Girl. Today is Sunday, October 4th. It's before noon. It's kind of a overcast, rainy day. It rained overnight and everything's wet and chilly. The temperature is probably in the 50s right now, maybe the low 60s if we're lucky, but it's been chilly all week. We are not playing the let's see who turns on the furnace first game. We turned it on a couple of nights ago because I get cold, and when I get cold I stay cold. And everybody knows it, so we're not playing that game. I am here to share cross stitch and crafting and all kinds of goodness. Today it's all about cross stitch. I have an FFO. I thought I was going to have an FO, but I do not. And then I brought out a piece from my vintage needlework collection. This one's a cross stitch. I want to try to share a piece of that with my floss tubes every now and then. So I did bring that out, and then I'm going to show you all my whips, my new starts, and my plants. So I'm going to get started so this doesn't run too long. First of all, my FFO. It's out, it's on display. It's not completely done because this space up here needs something, and I'm not for sure what. So I have it out. It's on display in the living room, and I'm really happy with it, except we need something up here. And I'm just waiting to find that perfect thing that is going to go there. But this is from Plum Street Samplers. It is autumn salt boxes, I think is what it's called. There's a spring, summer, winter, and fall. Autumn. And this is the autumn one. It's number 2 in the series. And I did have a video last weekend about how I finished this. It shows lacing and all of that. But this piece is on, let me show you in case you didn't catch that video, is on a piece that looks like this. It has a platform, a wood platform, very neutral, so it'll go anywhere. And then it has, this is supposed to resemble a chalkboard, but it's just painted black. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They came in a set of 4. And the price, I actually looked this last week when I was there, was $9.99 for the set of 4. And I used a 40% off coupon, which makes these really cheap. So I used the 3M hangers because I want to be able to use this for each. I've got all 4 of the patterns, so I want to use this each time. And what I like about this is that these will come off if I ever want to do something different. So in my video last week, the tutorial, I showed you how I lace. I'm not worried about covering this back because it's covered. So they just stick on with the Velcro. And it just kind of snaps so you know they're in place. And it sits like that. So I'm very happy with it. I did sew material to make it taller. This ended up being 4 by 4, 4 inches by 4 inches. And I did want it taller to fit most of the chalkboard. So wrapped a little ribbon around it and hot glued some buttons on it, and voila, that's it. So that's my FFO. And then the other piece I wanted to share with you today Several years ago, I started collecting vintage needlework pieces that I would find at garage sales, estate sales, flea markets, and stuff like that. And this is one piece that I found. It's in glass. So I'm gonna try to go up close. And I just love it. It's one of those patterns that was pre-printed with the blue X's. So it is cross-stitch. It was probably done in the 60s. 1960s-ish is what I'm thinking. The colors are still really, really bright. It was in this old hanger that was really thin wood, and the corners, one of the corners was really wiggly, so the frame was no good, and if I tried to mend the frame, it would have broke it because it was just so thin. It was yellowed, very yellowed, and I have a what is that called? I can't remember. I buy it on Amazon. It's a powder and it restores fabric. So I use it on old quilts that I buy, old needlework pieces. You put it in hot water and mix it until it dissolves, and then soak it. You have to watch it though, because I did find use it on an old crewel piece, crewel, C-R-E-W-L, and the yarn, it wasn't color fast, and oh, there was bleeding. There was bleeding, so much bleeding, but I was able to fix it. I gave that to my daughter a couple Christmases ago, and she loves it. So there is that piece. Without love and laughter, there is no joy. And this is hanging in my living room because it's just beautiful, and it's a reminder. You should always have love and laughter. Okay, so let's move on to my whips. Okay, this is a new one, and this is actually belongs in my haul. I'm gonna back up just a little bit. This actually belongs in my haul too, because I purchased this. This is And Heaven and Nature Seen by Kathy Barret. I saw this pattern and I was like, I need that for Christmas. So, and what I really liked is when you open it up and you get to the pattern, she has this old vintage Christmas card printed on there, and I just love it. I actually just started this one Friday night. I was up late. I don't stay up late, but I was up until almost 2 a.m. I started it about 10 a.m., which I knew I shouldn't have done, but it was Friday night. I got home from school. Students came back to school last Monday on September 28th. And Monday was my virtual day. I have one day of virtual classes, and that is Mondays, where I have one class from each grade level. 4th grade first, and then I have 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 1st grade, and then kindergarten is my last class. But then Tuesday, I have library on a cart. So, it's interesting. It was an interesting week. A lot of learning on my part. Students were great. They all wore their mask. I had to remind a few of them that it goes over their nose too, but students were really, really good. They did check out books in my library. Kids need books. They need books in their hands. If we're going to teach them how to read, they need something to read. So I am quarantining books when they're returned. I do have a system. So it's gonna work, but it was a very hard week because lugging 2 carts around full of books, probably 250 pounds. I did have student help, but it was a crazy week. So Friday night I came home, I ate dinner, and I fell asleep probably about 6 o'clock, and I slept from 6 to probably a little after 9. I got up and took a shower, put pajamas on, and sat down, and I was like, okay, so what am I going to do tonight? Let me look at what I just got in. So I had all the DMC for Heaven and Nature Sing, and this is where I'm at. I did all of this Friday night. I'm kind of proud of myself. I am questioning this flower. It's kind of a checkerboard pattern, but I think it needs to be solid. Let me know what you think. I think it needs to be solid, either with a lighter burgundy color, or maybe just the same floss, the same color, the same DNC. So this is the beginning of the deer. Let me get the pattern again. Yep, this way. Ignore my floss. I'm sorry. So that's kind of where I'm at. I wanted to get that deer started. So now I'm going to go up and finish the other 3 flowers, but I am questioning the flowers. I think they need to be more solid. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, please, because I can't decide. I looked at it yesterday off and on, and I think it needs to be solid. So I used the called for colors. Everything is the called for in DNC. She does have it in PS. I didn't want to wait. I had to start it right then and there, and I had all the DMC, so I was going to just start it, and I did. So I really like that one. Yes, this, the second one I started, I believe I showed this in my last Flosstube a couple weeks ago. It's Little House Needleworks. This one is called Americana sampling, and this one is actually going to be a Christmas gift. And I did a lot of work on this. I should have worked on this Friday night, but I didn't. It's coming along rather quickly. Let me get this floss out of the way. Move my needle over. I am using all of the called for over dyed floss for this. So I'm just working on different pieces as I go, trying to get it filled out as far as the spaces go. I did start on the border and got a big jump on that. So I'm not worried at all about finishing this for a Christmas gift. I'll get it done for sure. So I really like that. This is on a, oh, what is this called? Behind me is my stitching cabinet. What is this piece called? Oh, it's not in here. I have the sticker. I want to get better. I'm not for sure what it is. I have it in here, but it's models, and it's really, really, really soft. Ada. It is 18 count. I love it. And the person I'm going to give it to will love it also. So I'm excited. I think I'm going to mount this on top of a wooden box that I have. So I'll be sure to show you that when I get there. This is another purchase that I love. This is by Brenda Gervais, and it's called Candy Cane Lane. It's still in its protector. I love it. Look at that red house. I haven't gotten to the house yet. I usually start on the bottom left. So I've gotten a large part of the snow. This bottom row, I've started here and I've started on the candy cane. So I'm working my way over and up at the same time. This is all in DNC. No, it's not. No. I am using, oh, my floss is a mess, overdyes. And they are the called fors. Let me pull these out so I can share. Some of them are the Gentle Arts. Oh, I think they all are. Yep. They're all the Gentle Arts. Oh, that's a different one. And those are the colors with the exception. I already had this one at home. This is Cherry Tomato. And it's Gentle Arts. So, I'm really liking it. Let me share my progress. So this was a brand new start for me this week. And I would like to have this out on display for Christmas. I usually decorate for Christmas the weekend after Thanksgiving. This is on a 16 count. It's the natural. This is just a cheap piece that I bought at Hobby Lobby. So, and I think it's going to go up to about here. So it's going to be a longer piece, and I do want to get this framed. I am actually thinking that I might jump and stitch all the way up so I can see what the length is going to be of the piece. I know the width, so I want to actually try to jump up here so I can go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and order an actual frame, just the frame and the glass possibly, because I want to frame it myself. Framing is expensive, and a large part of that expense is what they charge you to do it, and I can frame it myself. So that's the goal. Now I'm using the same colors, right? Yes. This next one is Waxing Moon Designs. They're in the same bag because they're both brand new. I need to separate them. And this one is Search the Sky. And this one should be fast. I would like to get this one done for Christmas too. It shouldn't be too hard. So I started on it just barely. And I have floss all over the place. I should have gotten these out. There we go. I've just started down here. This is at the bottom. And again, this is on Ada, 18 count navy. It's just a regular navy. And I just started one of the trees. So, not a big start. I just worked on it for one night. So I just need to get busy on it. And it was down here. I've got these snowflakes done right here. And then I started on this tree. So I am not using the colors they've listed. What I have done, I have taken the colors that I am using for, there it is, Candy Cane Lane, and I'm using them on both of these. So that's why they're in the same bag. I forgot about that. Okay, my next one is also going to be a gift. It is in my American Spirit bag. I have my Lori Holt oven charm on that bag. And this one was from July. Something just fell. What fell? It's probably my needle. And my husband will find it when he steps on it. So, American Spirit. This is from the Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop. And it was delivered to us right before the 4th of July. I think, if I remember right. So, I switched the background color out, the fabric, because the person that's going to receive this, they don't decorate with their colors. Everything's white. And I started on the flag, and I just worked on this for one day, but this is also a gift. So I'm moving the, this is just a gray 14 count Ada. I'm moving my gifts up towards the top of my to-do list so that I don't stress out about getting them done. And then maybe 2 nights a week, I'm going to work on the projects that I want to work on. So this one is a Sal, a stitch along with a couple other girls. I think a lot of cross stitchers have joined in on it on Instagram. It's the 12 Days of Christmas Sal. That's the hashtag. I need a drink. I'm sorry. Teaching this past week and talking so much has done a job on my throat. So I always have water with me right now. Okay, so this is a stitch along by Plum Street Samplers. It was done several years ago. I think 2015, might have been 2011, 2015 or 2011. And it's the 12 Days of Christmas. You can stitch each of them separately. I think that is what Kim from Barbara's Daughter, that's what she's doing with hers. She's making her ornaments out of hers. And then Lori from Mischievous Stitcher, she is making one piece like I am. And again, this is my second start because I was using DMC. I worked on it for one night a couple of weeks ago, and I just didn't like how the DMC was looking. So I used my new Sulky threads. They're 12 weight. So that's my 12 day, because I usually start in the bottom left, and these are the drums. So I can't show you a picture of how it's going to turn out because it's a pattern, and it's free. You can go to Plum Street Samplers, go to their website and do a search for the 12 Days of Christmas, and it'll come up, and you can print that out. Just use the hashtag, when you're on Instagram, use the hashtag 12 Days of Christmas. So I am using, like I said, my Sulky threads, SULKY. These are 12 weight, and I just used one. I cut a length and thread my needle, and I'm ready to go. So Right now, these are my Christmas colors I'm using. I do have a black that I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use the black for mostly the frame, the border. I do have a brown for the house and a few other things. So that's the 12 Days of Christmas. This is in one of my project bags that I've made. And I have the Lori Holt, the pincushion, the tomato. I love it. But I made this one with Lori Holt fabric. I love Lori Holt. All of her designs. Speaking of Lori Holt, I'm getting along with my Prim Stitch series. So this was the first one. I have a needle minder there on my clipboard. So this was the first one, and I am completely done with that one now. The second one is this, which I haven't started yet. And then the third one is here. I did start the second one a little bit, just a little bit. So let me show you where I'm at. I've worked on the border. I had to rip a little bit out of the border, but I've gone past. So this is where I'm at. There's the first one. And I'm working on getting that border done all the way across. And I've got one little thing started on the second and the third. So I'm using over-dyed floss. I love the over-dyed floss, and I'm going 1/1 with this. I love it. So that was my third start on this. This was my first. No, this was my second. It's on the bottom of the fabric because I was doing 2/2 here and just did not like it. So then I flipped it over and I am doing 1/1. If you would like my floss conversion, this is Lugana, mushroom Lugana. It's a 28 count. I love stitching 1/1. To me, it's pretty easy. But I am using my own color conversion. This is how I keep my over-dyed floss in these bobbins. This is my extra. So I don't cut off this, cut from this until I've used off what I've already started with. So if you would like my conversion, let me know. How I did that, I just looked at Lori's colors, what she wanted on hers, and I just went to my local needlework shop and chose over-dyed colors that were right there in the same tone. So I have this in my Lori Holt project bag that Christy Crossed Hatch Quilts on Instagram and YouTube made. It was worth every penny. I love it. It's so pretty. Now, my next two starts, I have not starts. This isn't a start. This is these two. I've been working on these for a bit. I put them in the same container because some of them use the same floss. I'm using the DMC colors for both of these just because there are so many flosses, and don't look at my mess. It's organized, but it's a messy organization. So let me show you the first one that's here in my lap. This is Consider the Lilies. It's a lovely sampler. Oh, I love it. I love the little motifs. And this one I've had some issues with. I've been off here and there, and I'll stitch and then count to stitch the next motif, and I find out I'm off. But I worked on this last Sunday for a bit, and I haven't picked it up since then. Sunday is usually the day that I spend on this, and I think I will stitch on this again today. I'm feeling it today, so we'll see what I end up doing. This is done on 28 count Lugana. It's ivory, and this is where I'm at. I've finished page 1, and I've moved on to page 2. So I feel like I'm doing something right. However, when you look at the pattern, it is, oh, I thought she had the pages numbered. I think it's like 26 pages. No, they're not numbered. But anyway, let me flash this really fast. So, I have a while to go. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Look at those colors. It's going to be huge. And yes, this will be framed on the wall. This one I didn't start in the bottom left. I don't know why. I usually do. But it's going to be a big piece. So that's one of my favorites. And the next one that I love, I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. So, Teresa Kogut, in command. Isn't she beautiful? I love her angels. I love her angels. So, I am working on this part of the wing. I'm trying to get this part of the wing finished, and then I want to go down, and then I'll start going over. That's my plan. And again, this is a work in progress. You're going to see all kinds of floss because I am trying to finish it up. So I'm stitching as I go, and I have different flosses attached. So I think I'm doing okay. I did have to rip out, I worked on this I think Wednesday and Thursday. This white color here was the first color I did. And I did this big chunk of white. And then I started counting and going over and filling in with the same color. However, as I'm filling in the different colors, there's a gray and a couple aquas. There's even a lavender in there now. As I'm filling in, I'm finding that I miscounted a little bit. So I might have to rip out a little section of like 6 stitches. But that's okay because this is hard. It's easy stitching, but the pattern is hard to read. So where is my pattern? Oh, it's on my clipboard. I have made, I'm just gonna kind of working copies. I copied, made a working copy, and I started highlighting because it's solid stitching, people. So you can't stitch this if you're tired. If you're watching TV, these angels, it doesn't work. You have to have all your attention on this. This is an even weave. It's a very soft even weave. I bought this back in the summer and I didn't pay attention to fabric names back then. I just bought what I liked and what I knew I could stitch on. I've stitched on linen. I'm not a fan yet. So that's why I like the higher count Aida. I love 20 count Aida, 22 count. I found a piece of 22 count. If you know of a good online source for me to get quality hand-dyed Aida, please let me know. Leave it in the comments because I am looking, and I have gotten a couple from 123 Stitch that I like, and I purchased a lot of samples, what I call samples, so I'll know. But let me know if you have a good source for hand-dyed Aida in the higher counts. I use a lot of even weave. Lugana is one of my favorites. So those are my last two whips. Okay, so let me show you some purchases. I did go on an eBay hunt. I have some on the way. I am in the progress of finding old prairie schooler patterns. I love old prairie school patterns. I don't need all of them, but the ones that I love, I am looking for. And it's going to take me a while to find everything, but I did find a lady on eBay that was destashing, and these are originals. You have to be careful because I did find one person on eBay that was reprinting them and making a profit. So I actually had to contact eBay about that because I'm really against that. You're basically stealing from someone that worked hard to create a pattern, and I don't like that. So I'm not going to purchase those, even though they were cheap. I'm not going to do it. So these are the 4 that I've gotten recently. I found a lady, and she had 6 more that I wanted, and she shipped those yesterday. So I am excited for those. And this one is number 55, Garden Blooms. I just love this. And with me, being a perennial gardener, that one was right up my alley. And then this one is book number 13. 13. And it's original, A Prairie Year. And I believe there's a number 2 to this that I've got. It's one of those that is on the way. I just love the small little pieces. I like the idea that I can stitch them all together if I want. But if I just want to do the bunny for Easter, okay, I can. If I just want to do that pumpkin would be great right now. Or look at that turkey. So I really, really like that one. And then I found books 84 and 85. 84 is Friends. And I really like this one. I might stitch one of these for a friend for Christmas. So I really like that one. I just love him. And then book number 85 is more friends. So I love them. Another purchase that I did get from my local needlework store is Blackbird Designs, my friend's house. It's loose feathers. I think this one was eBay also. It wasn't needlework. It wasn't at Always in Stitches. This was eBay also. The ornament of a house is the friends who frequent it. And I just love that. So those are new. This is new. I purchased this and I think this is really neat. And I'm going to try to make this over fall break, only I'm going to change. My goal is to change the sizing of it a little bit. I think that this would be an excellent cross-stitch needlework project bag, quotation marks. It's not actually, there will be a bag. I would like to make it longer so that I can stick, here. I usually put my patterns on a clipboard, a cheap dollar store, Dollar Tree clipboard, and then I'll put a needle minder on it, and my needles stay there. So I would like to make it, extend it, so that the bag portion, I can slip this down. So it would basically have, it would be long enough for 3 of these. It'd be 1, 2, 3, and it would fold in and fold on top, and then there would be a piece that keeps it together. And if you're traveling, all of your floss would be in there, your pattern would be in there, and you would have an organizational side that you could use for your scissors and needles and floss. I've got some flannel that I want to use on that side. So I'm going to experiment with this and over fall break, which is in 2 weeks, and see if I can do that. We'll see if I can figure it out and make it in a way that it's not too hard and it doesn't take too long. I might sell some of these if it works like I want it to, because I think that would be a good thing. Now, my plans are in the future, I want to work on my gifts and get them done. So I know, not necessarily FFO them, but get them to the FO part so that I know that they are done. I think that's from this one. I tell you what, I have floss all over the place. I did purchase 2 more. Do I have that card? Shoot. There is a online store on Etsy. She's on Etsy. It's pumpkin something. And I purchased 3 patterns from her and they came really quickly. She emailed me and thanked me for my purchase. And then she emailed me again and told me when it shipped. So I am going to put that in the comments. I have a business card. When it came, she had a little baggie of goodies and a little note in there thanking me again for my purchase. So I just, her customer service was excellent and her prices aren't bad at all. So I want to share that with you. It's pumpkin something. Pumpkin something. I thought I brought it in here. I had it just this morning. I'll find it and I'll put it in the comments. So make sure if you're looking for something, a pattern, that's where I got the Kathy Barrick, the deer. It's also where I purchased this beautiful pattern. Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna die. Well, I'm a geeky librarian, so I get into stuff like this. It's the Cricket collection. It's number 274, Sleepy Hollow. I'm gonna take it out of its sleeve. I like to leave, and most patterns, larger patterns, come in a sleeve with a sticky or a Ziploc bag type. I cut that part off, and I like to leave them in their sleeve for protection. And on the back is the colors that I can refer to, and then this stays on the clipboard with the actual pattern. So let me show you this pattern. Let me take it out. I forgot. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I want to finish this, not for this year, definitely not. But I would like to start it and work on it over the next year so that it's ready for next autumn, next Halloween. I just love it. Love it. So I might even try to find that movie today. The one with Johnny, wasn't it Johnny Depp? I think Johnny Depp is in it. And there's the actress, blonde hair. She was really popular at the time. Oh, I can't remember their names. I might find that today and watch that while I start this. Maybe I won't work on my lilies today because I'm kind of feeling Halloweenish. Anyway, the colors, most of them are DMC, but I did have to purchase a lot. So these are a lot of the colors. And then there are some colors on the pattern that call for, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could do, she has colors for DMC and Anchor, but then there's those 6 colors that is, they are over dyed floss, and they are Weeks Dye Works. And I only have one of those right now, so I have to go back to my store and pick those up. And those colors are for the trees. See how those trees look? And I believe the pumpkins. So some of that coloring, the stones on the church are over dyed that pewter. So I do want to pick up those 6 colors so that I can have those to work. I definitely want those to be over dyed. So I might jump on this today and get this one started, but that one came from that store also. Now, last night I picked up the final DMC shade I need for a forest and a forest screw by Rosewood Manor. Look at that. I love all of those trees. There's so many things in there. Birds, squirrels, deer. I just love this. And the sentiment. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And then there's another one that says, that is printed on this. Not printed, but it's stitched. And then down here, this little one says, "He that plants trees loves others besides himself." And I love it. I love it. So I went through my DMC stash and I went to Hobby Lobby. Let me show you the color chart, just so you guys understand. Those are the colors. Do you see that? Yes. So I have every color that's listed now. And I am just going to use a crisp white. It is 32 count Lagana. And this will fit it. And I'll have probably a 3-inch border left all the way around. So, I don't want to start this one necessarily until after I get my lilies done. However, it is calling to me. And now that I have every floss color that I need, who knows? So, this is how I organize my half-page samplers. My samplers, not samplers, but my patterns, my charts. This is just easy for me. I get these at Hobby Lobby. The first one I purchased, I had the plans to cover it and sew a cover and make it just pretty. And I might do that over fall break. I don't know, but I don't want to take my time out from stitching to do that yet. So we'll see. This is one I wanted to share with you. I'm pulling this one now because this is going to be a Christmas gift. I wanted to share that one with you. I organize these right now by designer. I have been thinking in the past couple of weeks, maybe I need to go seasonal. Something like that. I don't know. But, see, this one's screaming at me. I love it. Anything to do with a bee. There's just something about it. I think it's because of my garden. I would like to start this one. That's in the plans. I would like to turn that into a pillow. There was another one in here I wanted to show you that I kind of had plans to start. I thought there was. Yes, back here with my Plum Streets. Oh, I forgot. I got these too. Praise Schooler cards. So that one's new, and I just got a couple. This one was new. I found these on eBay. They were $1 each. So I just put them in one protector down here. But the other one I want to start is this one. Miss Bingley's Library. Just because I have to have it. Now, it says, I shall be miserable if I have not an excellent library. But if you look, it separates excellent. So I think what I'm going to do is take out 1813 and bring the EXE down here and move it over, and what's left I'll stitch the year very small. So that's my plan. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Here is the autumn salt boxes. The one I just finished. That one was by Plum Street. And then I have 2 more binders of patterns just like this. So I think that's it, friends. You've got my plans. I'll be back in 2 weeks with another Flosstube. I'm going to try to do a something every weekend just to keep me moving. A Flosstube every other week. And then in between, some type of tutorial or something else, a project or something like that. So thanks for stopping by. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I do have some second copies of charts that I am planning on using as giveaways, but I want to wait until I get some more subscribers. So share it with your friends. Please, by all means, let me know what you want to see in the next one or next week with my tutorial weekend. So I think that's it. Thank you for visiting Creative Country Girl. I'm Tammy Blaylock, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye.